Hi, so there is a video, more of actually a movie that is something that I'm very passionate about. It's not very often that a bad movie really sticks with me. It's not really like I like watching bad movies. Sometimes it can be kind of entertaining, but lots of times it really just like makes me feel bad inside. And really something that like really sticks out to me is whether or not the movie was supposed to be a joke, or sort of how the movie was like supposed to be received by the audience. So there's sort of like some like guidelines to like what makes a movie bad for me. Like Troll 2 and like Birdemic as well. They don't seem like a genuine attempt at a movie. You know what I mean? Like they really seem like they were made to be laughed at. And it's like really tried to hit this mark and just so blatantly miss it, so much so that it almost loops around and becomes satire of itself. It like that is like where it kind of brings it back around to like Troll 2 and like Birdemic, because it's so bad that it's almost not believable. It's so bad that it's like there's no way someone made this and put it out and expected people to receive it well. Like there's just no possible way. So with that being said, would like to spend the next probably 10, maybe 12 minutes watching one of my favorite bad movies of all time. It really does not get enough love. It really was a genuine attempt. The guy, I think, was like Pakistani, and he made a movie of what he thought budget action film, but he missed the mark so heavily on so many things that it just can't go without recognition. So welcome back to me talking about my favorite bad movie. So there's a little list that I made that just kind of explains why this movie is so bad. Mainly a few problems, I guess you could say, with the movie. It'd probably be better if we just like watched it together. So the homie, Mr. Sherman, is I think he's from like Pakistan, but he is not from the US. So he made a movie that he thinks is what a typical action movie is like. He tried to make the sexiest man in the world, this man who is just completely irresistible, never seen a man so attractive that every lady in the movie is just literally swooning. Just their panties are literally just dropping off in front of him. It is insane. The women in this movie are crazy. The villain in this movie, the man that is speaking in the background right now, one of the worst actors that I've probably ever seen. He keeps like forgetting his lines halfway through and like slowing down the pace of his wording. It's very unnatural. It's very bad acting. That's just what it is.
To fight me, to destroy my operation, to kill you and my other men, to put handcuffs on me and put me in the gas chamber. Samurai. If he's a samurai, what the hell are you?
I'll get to know him. And then we'll see who the real samurai is.
So you know where our man is?
Yes, boss. I know the hospital and the room. And he's burned bad. Real bad. He won't be able to talk.
I want him dead. I want his head cut off and brought here. I want his head on this piano so that every man in my organization understands once more that no katana gets captured alive or talks. Got that?
I will bring you his head and I will place it on your piano.
I know the real samurai is here.
The most top-notch action scenes from any movie that has, in my opinion, that has ever existed. It's so believable, these explosions and the car chases and the voice acting especially, and it's just next level.
Shoot! Shoot him!
We haven't seen this type of action, in my opinion,
You got him!
maybe since Mac and Me.
Hey, man, watch it! Watch it! Oh, man!
There it is.
Hey, let's walk him back up. We'll call him when we need him. Shoot!
So the character building in this movie is really, it's so poor.
Shoot!
It's so poorly done. It really,
Shoot! Shoot!
it seems like
Yeah, I got the best.
it is obvious that he's trying, but he just so blatantly missed the mark on the way people communicate with each other, especially the way females talk and the way females interact with an attractive man.
Let's go!
He just thinks that every woman is just sex crazed, and that if you are a samurai cop, that
Faster!
you can do just about anything. I mean, there are no limits in this movie. You will see, this movie will just leave your jaw on the floor. It is astounding. There are multiple times that just will make you stop and question your reality. There's no way that I am living in a world where this film exists. It's very surreal. It's very there's really not a whole lot else like it. Troll 2, I started watching and got maybe like 10 minutes in and just did not believe that it was like a genuine attempt. I just did not believe that they really tried to make a good movie. It's just so stupid. And it's the same with Birdemic and like Birdemic 2. Sharknado fits the exact thing that I'm talking about, where it's so stupid that the director's kind of in on the joke, like he is like making a joke, and it's not as good when it's like that. They've still got, you know, their own merits in their own way, but it is just, oh, look at all this wet stains on my shirt, and I'm sitting here drinking no. So despite the blatant flaws in this film, stand out from the crowd is failures of this movie. The failures are so small that you can't notice them all in one viewing, which is what makes this movie so good, is that it warrants repeat viewings. The first time you watch it, it is like brutal. It's brutal. You might like it, you might not like it, but if you like bad art, or kind of, it's a guilty pleasure for you, like it is for me. You know, I don't watch it all the time, or like watch bad stuff all the time. I cannot just watch bad things. because it just makes you forget that there is good art in the world, you know, like the new Twilight Zone I just started watching, like the new Jordan Peele one. It's pretty damn good. It's like Black Mirror. It is pretty good, and it's been a really long time that I've just watched YouTubers just like rip on stuff that sucks, you know, and it just made me forget that like there is like good stuff out there. So like the little details, like when the main character is talking to the chick in the helicopter, and he is like hitting on her, but when you look a little closer, you notice that he doesn't actually have a headset on. He is just talking out loud, and she's just hearing him somehow. So that's like one of like little things, but it is a lot of small things that you can tell were created by someone who is not from the US. You know, it like that's fine, you know, like he's showing a love for like the US culture and action films and like just the film industry, and like that's awesome, and I'm sure it was not easy to, you know, raise a budget to make this movie, but it is such a blatant failure to understand what makes character development, what makes realism in a movie, what makes the viewer feel like they want to see what happens next. He has just missed the mark so bad that it is pretty painful, but it's so painful that it's like a beautiful train wreck. It's like a train wreck that were to like hit a wall and blow up into a bunch of confetti. You know, it's like, wow, I feel really bad for the people on there, but like that looked pretty cool. The dialogue in this movie is so bloated, it's so artificial that it makes Sonny from iRobot look real. That's my joke. So I've kind of talked about the women in this movie. But it is in my notes again because it's really bad. It makes me feel bad watching, and I'm a man, you know? It's very uncomfortable. I don't think the actors were very comfortable saying it. I think they were just given lines and just said, hey, read these, you know? And they do, you know? I mean, like they do the job, but it's very uncomfortable to watch. It's pretty out there, and there's a chance that you've probably seen this scene, mainly the scene when he is talking to the chick in the doctor's office. It's so bad that you've probably seen it before, honestly. It went viral, I think, a couple years ago, but like people didn't actually watch the movie. It's so much more than just that one scene of bad dialogue. It is just a plethora of beautiful mess ups. It's like over and over and over. It's like, wow, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. It's so mind blowing. It's such a mind numbing experience that you have to take the ride for yourself to really understand what I'm saying.
Like what you see?
I love what I see.
Would you like to touch what you see?
Yes, I would.
Would you like to go out with me?
Yes, I would.
Would you like to fuck me?
Right.
Bingo.
Well, then let's see what you've got. Doesn't interest me. Nothing there.
Nothing there? Just exactly what would interest you? Something the size of a jumbo jet?
Have you been circumcised?
Yeah, I have. Why?
Well, your doctor must have cut a big portion of it off.
No, he was a good doctor.
Good doctors make mistakes, too. That's why they buy insurance.
Hey, don't worry. I got enough. It's big.
I want bigger.
Hey, I have,
Just mainly would like to show my love, to show my love and appreciation for the director, Mr. Shervin. He passed away in 2006, and by that time, I don't think this film like really had like the love or the fan base that it is starting to develop now. But films like The Room and like Tommy Wiseau, and how that kind of developed a cult following just kind of out of nowhere, like it's kind of hard to explain, like the fame. It's kind of infamy, you know. It's kind of infamy as like being a poor director, you know. I mean, that's kind of like how it is. But it's still entertaining, and that is what makes. I mean, that is what a movie is. It is supposed to be entertaining. We watch a movie to be entertained, and if something is so bad that you're like this watching it, but like you need to know what happens next, you're entertained. The movie is doing its job, but it's not doing the job that it set out intentionally to do. It is unintentionally entertaining you, but in a false way. It is still just really, it's fun. There are parts that you will probably want to skip. I'm not going to say which ones, because in my opinion, you should watch all of it because it's all bad. But some parts are like bad entertaining, and like some parts are just like bad, you know. Which like mainly that's like why I don't watch like bad movies. Like Mac and Me, I started watching it, just like not even making a video on it or anything. I just wanted to watch a bad movie, and got literally not even that. I got probably 5 minutes in and was just like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. It was just not even entertaining. It like wasn't fun to laugh at. It was just wrong. it just was a movie that just like shouldn't exist, you know. And Samurai Cop is special in a different way. It holds a place in history of making this leap that was not just a blatant cash grab. He very much, in my opinion, he very much wanted to bring this script to life. Something that should be noted is there were no retakes in this whole movie, so just one shot, you know, got it, let's go, next scene. One last thing before I wrap it up. The fight scene at the end is just magnificent. The fight scene at the end is just rock on. The main character, something happened. He like was being cast in another film, and like shaved his head, and they put a wig on him, but it's a really bad wig, and it is so funny. It's so funny. And the reason that I bring it up now is that he fights at the end of the movie with this like the main, you know, baddie, and the wig is like flying off left and right. And what really sells it is that the whole scene is in fast forward to make it seem like they're moving really fast. But oh God, it's so brilliant and just face numbingly bad.
Boss of this shit katana gang, huh?
This movie was a genuine attempt. It was entertaining. It is sad that it didn't receive the love and the fan base that it should have while Mr. Shervin was alive. But you know, it is never too late to show appreciation for a good thing, and like whether that is something that you think is good, it might not be objectively good, it might just be subjectively good. You might like it and you might recognize that other people don't like it. I think Samurai Cop is like one of those things. Like I tried to show it to my brother and he was like, this is horrible. And it is horrible. Like I'm not claiming it's a good movie. I'm just claiming that it's so ridiculously bad that it does hold its own merit as entertainment. Thank you.
Stay back. This guy's mine.
What does katana mean?
It means Japanese sword.